Sebastian, and you are not. My name is Sebastian Romero Melchor, and I'm the director of Maximilian the Great.
I'm William Livingston. I wrote Maximilian the Great.
So when I read the script, I found it excellent, and it immediately brought to my mind the old English comedies of the Ealing Studios, like Kind Hearts and Cornets or The Lady Killers.
The director wanted to take some of the characters in different directions, like to make them more comical.
He's so dreary, Mary, don't worry, I'll be back before you know it.
And I wanted immediately to reproduce this kind of light-hearted, witty and elegant comedies.
It's been really fascinating to find out how different something can be from the way I envisioned it while still being really good.
So my name's Josh Gimlet and I was the first assistant director. First day we shot at the bar and we shot at Tonks Grove on Cuba Street, which was the only 2 days we shot in the city. It is currently about 9 degrees outside and raining. So teams, everybody quiet on set, and turn over.
That's me. 60, take one. Mark it.
See?
Action.
Jordan added so much to the movie.
My name's Jordan Rivers, I'm an actor and I'm playing Maximilian the Great.
Jordan had the idea, for example, of pulling this Russian accent. He was extremely professional, such a pleasure to work with.
That was a bit of a tough day because we were only expecting to be in that bar for an hour and a half. We ended up being there for 3 hours, and then we moved to Tonks Grove. Now that's not a big journey, but that is a move early in the day, and moves kill films. We ended up having to change quite a few of the shots to try and match varying acts back and forth. It was very hard to communicate between people.
My name's Cesar and I'm the DOP for Maximilian the Great.
Danny was a great DOP. The collaboration was a very fruitful one.
My overall vision for Maximilian was very collaborative with Sebastian. He really wanted it to be quite warm. Even though it's a black comedy, he wanted it to have a light-hearted feel as well.
So first dropping the can so you can use the sheet, covering them. Dose is the corpse. Inspect a little bit your handiwork.
As director of photography, I ran the whole camera and lighting department on set.
I'm Angelou and I'm the second AC. Kyle Keast was our camera operator.
Kyle's really great because you don't really have to tell him to do too much. He just kind of knows instinctively. I suppose it's why he's a good camera operator and why he got that role. And Gabby was really amazing. She had a lot of challenging stuff to do because it was such low light and it was so like such long lenses, and yeah, I really felt for her because it's a hard job and she nailed it. And especially Angelou, who was the second AC, she was really good. She was always on point, she was always there, you know, we were never waiting for her to get things, she was just on it.
Go!
I'm the focus puller.
Hey guys!
Oh wait, we're doing a video.
Guys,
My name's Cesar McDonald and I was the gaffer for Maximilian. Kiefer was my best boy.
What up, I'm Kiefer. I'm a gaffer.
Assisting him was Sam, which was another best boy. It was full on and it was stressful, but no, I loved every second of it. All the gear we used was industry gear. Sprinter just had so many lights and setups that we'd never seen. And I felt like it was almost a 5-man job and we only had 3.
The seance scenes are like some of my favourite scenes in the film so far, because for filming, because they were so involved and they involved sort of everybody working together and they looked amazing, you know?
I just came up with the idea to get a broom pole or something and tie ropes around the end and just hold it out of shot.
Harriet, she clearly understanding every single nuance in the interpretation that I was suggesting very well. Working with Nick was awesome, was amazing. He got into Flavel's skin very naturally, and the performances are gorgeous.
My favourite lighting setup would have been a lot of the stuff that we shot at Balgownie House. So the seances and stuff like that.
It was all so intricately designed by the director and the DP.
It was just really nice because we were using smoke and it just made some of the lights look really beautiful.
For our seance scenes, it was in the script that there was like smoke and incense, and so we ended up getting a smoke machine. It's easier said than done because you don't just turn the smoke machine and let it, you have to like waft it.
And 20 seconds for wafting.
It was quite interesting getting an eye for that and knowing when it looked right.
So we're doing a scene 1 today.
I loved like the first time that we see Harriet getting wheeled out and like just seeing Nick's reaction, like it's so powerful, and like shooting the wide of that scene was just a pleasure.
On tracks as well on this other side, and she's going to be appearing from darkness. We're going to shoot all the action while Miranda is on shot and disappears.
We had 2 lights lighting her, and then I was on a dimmer controlling when they'd come on and when they'd come off, and then we had the grips pushing as well.
Because they were pushing directly in the shot, they had to hide behind the actress.
It was awesome just to be able to see everybody working together and everybody like really on their game, and you know, like everybody being creative and coming up with interesting solutions.
The stairway was really tricky. I must say that one was really, really hard.
What was going to be an hour and a half to 2 hour shoot, it turned into like 3 or 4 hours.
So he's down there, she's up there.
Yeah.
It was just because there were so many different levels, there were so many landings and everything, and like the lights had to come on.
Just the woman I was looking for.
Trying to light it all beautifully and make it look legitimate as nighttime when there was a skylight right above the stairwell.
Because it's quite a confined space, we couldn't have all the crew up there at once, and we had to allow the actors to act as well. So obviously the actors are moving and dancing around and crossing the line all the time. You're like, oh, how the heck do we shoot this? And it was great to see the creative process in that, and like people just offering up like, okay, like why don't we shoot it here, cover it from here, and just simplify the action like that, you know, and we'll get the wide from just some sandbags and the camera on the ground, you know, like it turned out awesome. I loved the look of the stairwell scene.
The most exciting part about filming was definitely arriving at Balgownie House and just seeing the beautiful location. It was just so amazing, and just feeling so grateful that we were able to shoot there.
I remember telling the art department team that I would like a 360 view or 360 sets of the camera can point anywhere on the set and we would get something beautiful.
It just looked like nothing I'd ever seen. Like, it looked like a real film when you walked in there, even if it wasn't lit. Like it looked like a real film, and that was so awesome to see.
It kind of pulls you into the world and makes you feel like you're there. Whereas like, so you're actually in Max's magical room with all his magical things that are phony but not, and it just pulls you in instead of just him being in a blank room with a couch.
The difference between what you're seeing in the camera and what you're seeing in real life is vast. The camera is the window into the world. It is the thing that is allowing people to enter into an intimate situation and really empathise with it. That's what I love about filmmaking. To achieve the racetrack scene.
Yes, yes, come on! Yes, yes!
First we had to shoot the horses and the races at a racetrack called Tihira Nikau.
We were shooting for a film that we hadn't shot yet. We didn't really know what it was going to look like, and so it was a lot of like arbitrary work.
It was a bit tricky, and then to get all the reverse shots we went to Trentham.
It's day 5, outdoor shoot, and consistently with all of our outdoor shoots in this film, it is raining.
For the racetrack building scene, where Max meets Widemu, we're making it day for night. So when I shot it, I had to shoot it a little bit underexposed, and I had to try and recreate moonlight. Controlling the outdoor lighting, I mean, is there such a thing? I don't think there is. I feel like you've just got to turn up and work with what you've got.
Take 1!
Okay.
Action!
The difference between what we're seeing on the camera and what's actually happening all around is that everything outside of that frame, there is so much other stuff happening. Like there's always stands and stuff that are pushed right in, there's a boom pole floating around.
A funny one is always when someone's holding a flicky just out of frame, because on the camera you'll see this dramatic performance, but then if you actually just step back a meter, there's just a guy holding a bit of white paper or a diff or something.
Last hour, last shot of the day, martini shot. You bring around a third of whiskey. I thought we were going to be finished early. I was really excited.
We had to get a convincing shot that made you think that Max was standing at the edge of the racetrack that we had shot 2 weeks prior.
And it didn't quite look right, and so we spent about an hour toying around with the idea.
That was very difficult. I just remember going on my knees like, I don't know.
Trying different locations while the crew was all waiting. It was quite stressful, quite tough. I was just wanting to shoot the shot.
We ended up getting a shot that matched, that had concrete and grass in it, and it was just at quite a high angle, so you couldn't really see that he wasn't in front of the racetrack.
It was a really awesome feeling to get finished the film.
Thank you to Walker. Thank you to Jonathan. Action!
Yes, yes, come on! Come on!